ceasing.
From Plymouth Argyle to Carlisle United, when it comes to the English Football League, TalkSport's got the whole country covered. And it's live only here, the home of the EFL. With exclusive full-match commentary of selected EFL fixtures across the season, you won't miss a kick of the oldest Football League competition in the world. The world-class finish! Listen to over 100 live EFL games across the season on TalkSport and TalkSport 2. Brought to you by Screwfix, trusted by the trade for 40 years. TalkSport, sports headlines with Giacomo. Order by 11 p.m. for next day delivery at giacomo.co.uk. Terms apply.
This is TalkSport, your home of live football. From 7 you can hear live Carabao Cup commentary. MK Dons host Liverpool, Manchester United, Rochdale over on TalkSport 2. Big Alan back tomorrow morning with the sports breakfast from 6. Ian Holloway will be alongside him. And still to come, we'll be speaking to the man who spent his inheritance on a cricket scorer's box. I'm sure there's more to it than that. Adrian and Goffey here at 4 with Drive. And if you missed any of the show this afternoon, the best bits will be in the H&J Daily podcast. You can download that a little bit later on, but let's get the sports headlines now with Toby Gillis.
Thank you. Jurgen Klopp's influence on Liverpool has been hailed as similar to Johan Cruyff's at Barcelona. The Reds boss assistant, Pep Lijnders, says the identity he's brought to the team at Anfield could last for a long time. You can hear the Reds Carabao Cup third-round match at MK Dons live on TalkSport tonight. AFC Wimbledon boss Wally Downs has been suspended from his first team duties. It follows a charge alleging he breached the FA's betting rules. And Joe Launchbury has dismissed fears England have shuffled the pack too much ahead of their second Rugby Union World Cup match with USA. Eddie Jones has made 10 changes, with Launchbury in for his first appearance of the tournament in the second row.
Whenever sporting news breaks, TalkSport 2 will be there. Exclusive international cricket. The best live coverage from across the sporting planet. TalkSport 2, broadcasting now on DAB digital radio, online and via the TalkSport. Oh, what a finish!
Paul Fairley Jacobs here on TalkSport. We'll be talking a bit more Carabao Cup with Ian Dancer, who was at the Colchester game last night, and the Joey Beecham derby tonight. We'll talk about that. He's done a very interesting interview at Sky, and we'll reflect on that with Dance in around 10 minutes' time. But our next guest, all I know of our next guest is 4 lines in today's Sun. It says, cricket fan John Williams, 67, will spend a surprise £30,000 inheritance. We all like one of those, don't we? On a new scorer's box for himself in Clark in Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk. That's all we got. Let's drill down. Good afternoon, John.
Hello.
So, I mean, can you say where the surprise inheritance came from, or would you rather not?
No, that's fine. I had a distant cousin who unfortunately died in his 50s of cancer. He didn't leave a will, and so the money went to his nearest relatives, of which I was one.
Okay.
Headhunters. Have you ever seen that?
Yes, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, so here we are, £30,000. You're a scorer at your local club. What sort of state is the box in at the moment?
You're a bit faint. Yes, I'm a scorer at Bury St Edmunds Cricket Club.
Yeah, I wondered what the scorer's box is like at the club at the moment. Basic by the sound of it.
Very basic. It's a converted garden shed. We had a lovely new pavilion built 5 years ago, but there wasn't enough money to include a score box. You know, when we always intended to build one later, but obviously finding the money is difficult. So, yeah, converted garden shed. It's okay if it's nice and sunny, but if it's a bit windy and cold, it's a bit drafty. It's not ideal.
So when are you planning to do it? Because it's the off season now, you've had your summer and everything, so you're going to do it during the winter and ready for next start?
It is under construction at the moment. It's virtually finished, so we'll be ready for the next cricket season, which will be great.
It's been custom built for you, is it?
Yes, it's effectively an extension of the pavilion.
Right.
What we would have done when we built the pavilion in the first place. So yeah, proper brick and timber building, raised up so to get a good view. And also facilities for our second cricket square, and an equipment store and a balcony for viewing as well. So fantastic facility for Bury St Edmunds Cricket Club.
I'm seeing some pictures at the moment. Yeah, it's a proper permanent structure. It's looking very nice. I mean, have you got any? What plans have you got to sort of pimp it even more? Have you got heating in there?
Just enjoy using it, I think. It'll be a lovely view, it'll be comfortable, windows that can close properly in the winter. Visiting scorers will be treated to a decent place to sit rather than the slightly shabby, a bit embarrassing garden shed that we have at the moment.
And have you got a door straight into the pavilion? So you'll be able to just get straight in there, will you?
We will, yes, it's effectively an extension to our balcony, so yes, links in with the pavilion, really good. We've got a super ground and lots of good facilities, and the scorebox will just be the crowning glory.
Lovely. And an electronic scoreboard, is it?
We already have an electronic scoreboard.
Right.
We play in the East Anglian Premier League, so high standard of recreational cricket, so it's really good cricket.
How long have you been scoring then, John?
I've been scoring for the club for 16 years since I stopped playing. I've been a member of the club for 40 odd years. So yeah, I've seen a few good cricketers in the scorebox in my time.
Oh yeah, well give us feel free to name drop. I'm sure a few people have guessed it along the way, haven't they? I'm sure.
Justin Bishop, who was a normal club cricketer, local club cricketer, played for England under 19s in Essex for a while. Josh Davey was a youngster with us. He's currently with Somerset and doing very well.
Right.
I can remember Josh when he was a youngster, 16. I was amazed. This was one of my early days of scoring. Amazing. He was a little lad. Threw the ball from long off on the full to the wicket keeper at the far end. That's stuck in the memory. Paul Grayson.
Oh yeah.
When he finished playing for Essex, he played a couple of years for us. Real master craftsman in batting. Joy to watch. See how he built an innings. And probably the most prestigious name that I've scored is in the very early days of my scoring career. I scored a century scored by Alistair Cook.
Oh wow!
When he was a youngster playing at Malden Cricket Club.
Have you kept those pages? Okay, you've kept all the books, have you?
I have got the old books. Yeah, these days we do it all on computer. But yes, got the books with the coloured pens. Yeah, one of our lads scored 100 in that game, but Alistair Cook in reply also given the beats by 10 wickets.
What happened to him?
I know we've got to move with the times, but
yeah, you'll have to look him up in the records.
Yeah, John, we've got to move with the times. Surely doing it with a book and colour pens and the whole thing, isn't that better?
You still see people at the game, don't you, with the old pens and the scorebook, or they buy a scorecard, they sit there and score at the game. There's still people still prefer the old ways.
Some do. I've been scoring on computer, and so we can do live scores, so the scores go out, and pretty much like the professional game. So, yeah, it takes a little bit of the fun out of it, but in terms of giving information to people watching, which is what it's all about, the new laptop scoring is fantastic.
I'm a bit of a Luddite when it comes to that.
Did you ever play yourself?
We played at the club, you said, didn't you, John? You were a member of the club there at Bury St Edmunds.
Yeah, I played
batsman or a bowler?
I played 17, 13, 14 as I got older. I was mainly a bowler, 3 decades of club cricket. I did score some centuries.
That's pretty good.
3, actually, in my whole career.
That'll do. Excellent, John. Well done.
Well done.
Good to talk to you. I hope you're very happy in your new scorer's box. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
There we are, John Williams there at Bury St Edmunds Cricket Club, and it does look very, it's early days, early construction.
Yeah, nice.
But it's crying out for a sponsor's name on the front. I mean, they'll get that sorted out.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Maybe that one who won't sponsor Danny Alves will put some money in. I can imagine you doing computer scoring, Andy. That'd be fantastic. Up on the street.
You're wrong.
5,000 for 2? That can't be right. Ian Dancer's up very shortly, and yes, he witnessed Tottenham beaten last night at Colchester. He's a bit of a Jonah when it comes to Spurs, clearly.
Yes, I think it'll be interesting tonight, but I think West Ham are going to take the Cups much more seriously this year. They've got a bigger squad, You know, they're doing very well. This is a great opportunity for them to do something. They've thrown away too many caps in the past few years, so yeah, I expect this will be quite a tough night for Oxford.
Yeah, we've got some interesting games. MK Dons, Liverpool is on TalkSport, and Manchester United Rochdale over on TalkSport.
Liverpool are interesting because they've gone out of these sort of competitions quite on a regular basis. I think, you know, they've got other battles that they want to, you know,
you would think they, yeah, it's interesting. Let's get Dan's thoughts on that. We'll have a chat with him very, very shortly. Look at some of the other matches in tonight's Carabao Cup.
Hawksby and Jacobs on TalkSport with Green King. For 10% off drinks and chances to win great prizes, including Premier League tickets, download the season ticket app now. 18 plus, drink aware.
My van isn't just a van, it's my livelihood. With Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles, you get a trusted van centre network that's dedicated to keeping your vans and your business running smoothly. With flexible servicing options, 3 years roadside assistance and 3 years warranty, Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles van centres always go the extra mile, just like I do. Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles, working with you. Exclusions, restrictions and terms and conditions apply. Find out more at volkswagen-vans.co.uk.
If you listen carefully, you can hear the difference between traditional business accounts and smart business accounts. One sounds like... Smart business accounts sound like... Starting a business is a test of character. Opening a business account shouldn't be. With time, you can open an account in minutes, with no monthly fees, invoicing, accounting integrations and much more. It's why we're trusted by over 100,000 UK businesses. Download the Tide app today. Subject to T's and C's. Account approval and opening times may vary depending on checks required.
Like a bet on a footy? Then Bet. Think the fixture list is full of goals? Check out our Goals Galore bonus coupon. Pick 3 correct matches and a £10 stake is turned into £65. Pick 5 and you'll win £170. The more matches you select, the bigger the odds. With Bet. When both teams score, it goes galore. Whenever you bet. 18 plus T's and C's apply. BeGambleAware.org. Set your limits when the fun stops.
Electricians, the brand new CEF trade catalogue is hot off the press. It's packed with almost 30,000 essential electrical products, all at everyday value prices, including 2,600 new products, all available in store or for next day delivery from cef.co.uk. Geographic exclusions apply. The brand new CEF trade catalogue. Get your copy now and make it an essential part of your toolkit. CEF, your electrical experts.
It's difficult. I feel like we're not really going anywhere. Like we're just standing still, and the truth is, I need a partner who's thinking about the future. And as much as I like you, you're just not ready for 5G.
Thinking about moving on from your phone? Be 5G ready with a powerful Samsung S10 5G. Purchase before the 30th of September and claim a free Galaxy Watch Active from Samsung, the fitness coach on your wrist. Be future fit. Shop at your local Carphone warehouse or online at carphonewarehouse.com. Claim within 30 days of purchase. T's and C's apply.
Hawksby and Jacobs.
This opportunity, which is a win-win, it's a shot for nothing. You know, we're playing, no one expects us to win. We'll give it a really good go and do our best like we do in every game.
Firmino, backheel, beautiful. Off the top, racing across the Newcastle. Still Mo Salah, 3 down. Brilliant individual goal from Mohamed Salah.
Just before we talk football, we saw pictures of Lady Hale there on the screen, the Supreme Court judge, and she's the one who delivered the judgment yesterday. And one of the weird byproducts of what went on yesterday was that they sold 3,000 spider brooches. 3,000 spider brooches were sold yesterday. People are kind of witnessing this kind of monumental moment in British politics.
Like a brooch.
Oh, nice brooch. It took you back to that time, didn't it? There's the 2 young girls who were accused of drug smuggling in Thailand. And someone watched that and said, oh, that's a nice leather jacket. Mr. Black, who gives the idea of some sort of serial killer being ushered in through the back door of the Old Bailey? You don't think, oh, that's a nice blanket.
Same with the old Chapo, wasn't it? His shirt he wore, that became a bestseller.
It's a nice blanket. I must ring the Met and find out where they got it from. Twisted world we live in.
We do.
Anyway, there's good people around, though. One of them joins us now. Our very own Ian Dancer. Good afternoon, Dan.
Brooch on these.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
What's this about me being a Spurs Jonah?
No, it only takes one game in my eyes for you. You're a bok on us. No, it was. It must have been a great night to be there, unless you were a Tottenham fan. I mean, look, fair play to Colchester. A brilliant result for them.
Yeah, they dug in and they had a plan to be as compact as possible and make it really tough for Spurs. But Spurs were hamstrung, Paul, from the very moment they announced the team. Because as you guys mentioned earlier on the show, as soon as you make 10 outfield changes, you're asking for continuity somehow from what is effectively a team of strangers.
Yeah.
And you also elected to play 3 at the back against a Colchester side that only had one, centre forward in Frank Nouble, and was sitting very deep. So you had Tanganga on his debut and Eric Dyer as the 2 outer centre halves, who were basically redundant for most of the evening, but didn't stride forward and join in. It was so pedestrian from Spurs last night. Yeah. And you would expect, when the heavy artillery came on Ericsson, Lamela, Son, that there would be some injection of something. But even their introduction did nothing for you. Just so bizarre last night watching Spurs.
Who's tonight's Spurs dance as you look down the fixtures?
Well, I'm on my way to the Kazam at the moment to see whether Oxford can defeat West Ham tonight. Although I think suddenly they're talking about, a raft of changes. Carl Robinson, the Oxford manager, has made it abundantly clear that he is going to make changes tonight to Oxford, even if there is a Premier League side in town. Remember, they won 6-0 at Lincoln at the weekend in League One. But he intimated in his pre-match press conference, if you can believe this, that he thinks the much-changed team he puts out tonight is, quote-unquote, even better than the team that won 6-0 at Sincil Bank at the weekend. I don't know what the Oxford faithful make of that, because there's going to be about 10,000 at the Kazan tonight, and I don't know how many of those Oxford fans bought tickets thinking, right, full-strength team, taking on the Hammers will make a few changes, we can enjoy this, but I'm not sure whether that's the case, unless it's a spectacular double bluff from Carl Robinson. If you're looking elsewhere, Burton, I think. Burton, of course, got so far last year, knocked out a number of Premier League sides on the way, and they've got Bournemouth tonight, and Eddie Howe's a manager that loves to make 10, 11 changes in a cup competition, so the Pirelli could be a spot for a shock tonight.
Yeah. You're going back to the Oxford West Ham game, the Joey Beecham derby, I called it earlier on, back in '94. There's some of our younger listeners. I mean, it was this kind of story that Joey had gone from Oxford to West Ham, 1.2 million, was there for 58 days, got homesick, got a lot of stick for it, became a bit of a joke figure. But Sky have spoken to him, bless you, Andy. Sky have spoken to him and they interviewed him. It's a bit more nuanced than that, the story. If they want to get the full story, it's worth reading. It wasn't quite as clear-cut as that.
No, there was a bit of naivety in Joey Beecham in what happened, that he didn't realise, having, met West Ham at Heathrow Airport, wasn't it, where he signed his contract, that it was so much further around the M25 to get to West Ham United, and didn't realise just how far away it was from his original home in Oxford. But from that point on, the thing that didn't help him, I guess, was the fact that the stories of his unhappiness and dissatisfaction with what was going on got into the media as quickly as they did. It didn't seem to take long, did it, Paul, for West Ham fans to find out about how unsure he was about having done what he'd done, and that was that. That was the red rag to the bull, wasn't it? And he was persona non grata from that point on. And then the move to Swindon didn't work out either, did it? Straight after that, it was only going back to Oxford with his tail firmly between his legs that he got his career kind of back on track again.
I mean, he said he had death threats, people knocking at his parents' door at 10 at night. He said that my move to the Premier League was turned horrifically sour, but it's a sad story. Anyway, on to happier matters. Looking at some of the other matches tonight. We've got Manchester United Rochdale for TalkSport 2. I mean, do you smell a giant killing there, Dan? Has you got a nose for it after last night?
I was listening to the sports breakfast this morning, and one of our betting partners is a Rochdale fan and was on his way there tonight with a good, I think there's about 6,000 Dale fans going to be in the southeast corner tonight at Old Trafford. And you look, United have got a raft of injuries to deal with, we know this, but they should still, at home, they should still have enough to get through. There'll be plenty of fringe players given their chance. I sense players like Tahith Chong might get a run tonight, you never know, with his magnificent head of hair for Manchester United. A team like Rochdale, I'm guessing that Ian Henderson will be part of the Dales lineup tonight. What a terrific goal scorer and talisman he's been for Rochdale down the years, you know, both in the Keithhill era and beyond. So maybe he's the key to whether Rochdale can do something tonight, a player of his calibre.
Good stuff, Dan. Well, enjoy. We'll hear from you later. All the best.
Top man, boys. I'll speak to you later.
Yeah, there's Ian down to their part of our coverage tonight. Of course, those two games there. Manchester United Rochdale on TalkSport 2. MK Dons Liverpool here on TalkSport. You're going to a game tonight? Enjoy. Is your game on the box, Andy?
No, I don't think it is.
What game do you know they've gone for? Do you know they've gone for this evening?
I have absolutely no idea.
Check that. It might be MK. Manchester United are off and on, aren't they? I didn't know who they're playing really. Krakatoa, they'll often be on the tell. So it could well be that. But yeah, I thought it'd be interesting tonight. So the Grimsby fans are going to enjoy themselves, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, that's us. That's us. Practically done. The OSC keep taking it so seriously. So, just stop it. So Carabao Cup action tonight. We're reflecting on that tomorrow. Coming up next, it's Goffey and Adrian with Drive.
Hawksby and Jacobs on TalkSport with Green King. Join us for the biggest Premier League season yet. We'll be showing every big game live in our pubs. Green King, your home of club sport. 18 plus drink aware. At Straight Point with low prices on our brand new side ranges. Make it really on
TalkSport with a Betfair Exchange, a different way to bet where you can set your own odds.
sports trade, or even lay a bet. Betfair. More ways to bet, more ways to win. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
Available across the UK on DAB digital radio, online at talksport.com or via the TalkSport app. Official broadcast partner of the Premier League. TalkSport.
Well, that is us done. Among our guests tomorrow, and we must applaud our production team because they have really pulled out all the stops. They hit the phones, they've been contacting lots of agents for us. And this lineup...
Showbiz booking?
Yeah, it's Ian Abrahams.
Yeah, really?
And, if that's not enough, Adrian Durham among our guests
Together at last.
tomorrow. So
Honestly, they just, I kept ignoring the call.
I bet you did. It's great. It's great how people spoke to your people. Were able to make this happen.
Well, once the fee was arranged.
Yeah, that was it. You're rider. You're
about the timing, really. So yeah, I'll try not to mess up your show too much.
No, do your best. So, shall I listen to you on the way home or not, or shall I give it half an hour?
Well, just listened to your speech on Spurs, and I think you were just saying that course, to be honest with you.
Anyway, so what have you about is
Every Spurs fan is saying Pochettino. Oh, what's big? What's the difference?
What time are you finishing your Spurs stuff on Tuesday?
Start at 5, I'll probably finish about 7.
Okay. I've got the first hour in it. We've got a proper guest, by the way, to run. How rude is that? Anyway, Coffee and Adrian next for John.
Cheers. Coming up, big game for United tonight. Do West Ham and Bournemouth really need to go for this club as well? We'll get into all that. Match day drive after 6. We're talking Spurs at 5. Boxing chat about Nigel Benn's return to the ring as well. That's at 4:30. His son Connor is coming live on Drive. First up, after Pompey Southampton and all the trouble last night, why do men fight? 08717 223344. In a moment, the sport with Toby Gillies. First, the news. Amelia Cox.
Thanks, Adrian. Coming up, back to work for MPs. And Dons ponder Red's plan. Boris Johnson is due to face a tense House of Commons after his decision to suspend Parliament was ruled unlawful yesterday. The Attorney General, Geoffrey Cox, told MPs earlier the government had acted in good faith. The Labour MP, Barry Shearman, accused ministers of trying to prevent Parliament from doing its job.
He knows that is the truth. And to come here with his barrister's bluster to obfuscate the truth, and for a man like him, a party like this, and a leader like this Prime Minister, to talk about morals and morality is a disgrace!
The Attorney General also told MPs the vote on an early election would be coming shortly. For continued analysis, tune into our sister station, Talk Radio. Police in Cheshire are yet to arrest anyone after a woman was killed by 2 dogs. The 44-year-old was attacked at a house in Widnes yesterday afternoon. A man has been questioned after a police horse was punched at last night's League Cup game between Portsmouth and Southampton. 4 other people were also arrested around Fratton Park as bottles, coins and smoke grenades were also thrown ahead of the match. And thousands of Rangers fans have turned out to pay their respects to Fernando Rickson. Defender has been laid to rest in Glasgow following his death at the age of 43 last week. He was diagnosed with motor neuron disease in 2013.
Talksport weather with QuickFit. Not sure when your MOT is due? Just text your reg to 83333 and we'll reply straight away to remind you. Another reason to drive away happy. Standard network rates apply.
Heavy rain moving east across the UK tonight. A mixture of sunshine and showers tomorrow and windy for many.
Talksport Sports Update with the new Combo Cargo International Van of the Year 2019. To find out more, search New Combo Cargo.
Good afternoon. The MK Dons boss, Paul Tisdale, says he has no idea how to prepare his side for the visit of Liverpool in the Carabao Cup tonight. The League One side hosts the European champions in the 3rd round, live on Talk Sport. Tisdale told us his biggest issue is planning to face either Liverpool's established stars or their kids.
We mustn't get too deep in those types of preparations. But as a manager, before I start with any preparation for any game, you conceptually look at the game. You conceptually look at the way the opposition think.
Tottenham have been warned they'll have to start winning trophies soon if they don't want Harry Kane to leave. The latest chance to progress towards silverware was lost yesterday when they went out of the Carabao Cup on penalties to Colchester. Former England winger Trevor Sinclair told TalkSport they're gambling by not taking these competitions seriously.
I think Alderweireld and Ericsson, they're going to go. The players do start leaving and they don't sort this mess out. You look at their prized asset, Harry Kane, he doesn't want to be around that. He wants to start winning things, and if Tottenham don't look like they're going to do that, he will leave.
AFC Wimbledon have suspended boss Wally Downs from first team duties after he was charged by the FA with breaching betting rules.